Hello students, this is your computer teacher Chaitra. I'll be handling the whole computers this year. So let us see the contents of the computer. This what you are going to learn in this year. It's computer network topologies, more on HTML tags along with the basic tags, computer hardware which consists of computer parts mainly the cabinets or CPU, basics of Microsoft Access and more on Access, Adobe Photoshop basic tools and basics of Visual Basic. Next, I have divided into two parts. What is the first computer network and network topologies has been divided into two parts. So the part A contains the basic definition of network, advantages of network, network topologies, type of networks and types of architecture. So it is the network architecture. Then part B is the transmission media, the media through which the transmission takes place, and the network devices. There are some devices used for networking and the cloud computing. This cloud computing itself is a very vast concept. So I'll just brief you about what is cloud computing. So let us now see the chapter 1, that is communication technology. So the communication, it is the conversation between the two people. Here the communication technology refers to the conversation between the two computers. So normally what will be the human conversation is either it will be in some language. So why we need to communicate? Just to share some information. So and we'll just talk to share our this thing or anything our feelings. So here also the communication technology refers to conversation. So we need to share some files or any other resources, we use network. So we need communication technology. So whenever two computers communicate, it forms a network. So more than two computers are connected, it is nothing but the communication, it is nothing but the networking. So network determines the mutual communication between the two or more systems. So for the network to be done, you should have more than two systems. Now let us see what is computer network. So computer networks are nothing but the group of interconnected computers through cables, telephone lines, radio waves, Bluetooth, wireless fidelity, that is Wi-Fi, and satellites and infrared beams. So computer network can contain or consist of, it can be computers, terminals, servers and hardware components. So hope you all know what is cables, then what is telephone lines, radio waves, Bluetooth, then satellites and infrared beams. So computer network, it can be computer. You know what is a terminal? These terminals again are nothing but the system, and you know server is a very large machine or a machine which consists of all the information of that particular company or particular all the information or resources information, everything will be stored in the server. You know what is hardware components? Your hardware devices like printers, routers, hubs, switch, whatever it is which is required for the computer, that I'll teach you in the part B. Next is, let us see some of the advantages of computer networking. So why we need to learn computer networking, or what is the main advantage of computer networking? So the basic advantage is to share information and the resources. So suppose there is a company with only one printer. There are 20 systems. So we can't provide, due to the cost efficiency, we can't provide all 20 printers. You know the printers cost is very high. So they will install only one printer and all the 20 other computers can access the printers. So this is the major advantage of computer networking. So now let us see some more advantages. The first is the file sharing and the remote file access. So what is this? So here you can see files are getting transferred easily from one system to another system. Suppose I am sitting here, I want to access some files which is far away. So I can access through computer networking or internet. Then I can access some other file which is in the remote access, which is very very far away. So I can share the resources. So I can share that printer also. I can give, sitting from here, I can give print in the somewhere print, and I can get that file. Next, the second thing is the resource sharing. This is a major advantage. So here I already have said that there are 20 employees and 5 printers. Due to the cost efficiency, normally the printers is of very high cost. So only 1 or 2 printers will be kept. Suppose you have seen in a computer lab itself. So there is only one or two printers and all the other systems are connected to it. So you can just take the print from any other systems also. So there will be one server and many clients. Clients are nothing but each computer in the network is also called as nodes. So the systems which are connected to the network, they are called as nodes. So clients are the computers. So all the employees can access the printers through networking. So you can see the image here. So this is the internet modem and wireless router. Hope you have not seen the info beams here. That is, next it is connected to a printer, media PC, that is IP camera, laptop, then system, smartphone, digital computer and desktop PC. So all these are interconnected there. So next is increased storage capacity. So instead of one system, there will be many systems connected. So whenever there is only one system, the capacity is very less. So when there are more systems, then obviously the capacity will be more. So store the information. So the capacity to store the information increases, and everyone can access the information. This is a nice example. So suppose we have 10 systems and the storage capacity of each system is very high, so that we can keep all the systems, all the files in all the systems, and each file can be accessed by all the systems. So here the storage capacity also increases. Next is security. So all the sensitive files will be password protected. So this is the major thing. So whenever you need to log in, you need to put some password, and these passwords are encrypted form. So you will not be able to see what is the password and this, you know what are sensitive files? They are the confidential files. So they are the password protected. You can't just access the file which is there. You need a password and you need the permission also. So next, let us see some of the topologies. First, let us see what is topology. Topology refers to the pattern or a layout in which various computers are connected to form a network. So there should be some way, right? You can't keep one system here, one system there and connected. So there should be some pattern. So that pattern is nothing but the topologies. So there are 5 topologies. That is bus topology, ring topology, star topology, mesh topology and tree topology. So now let us discuss one by one. So what is a bus topology? You can just see in the image, there is a single cable over connected and all the systems including the printer, laptop, everything is connected. So uses a single cable. The transmission travels through the length of the bus. Bus is nothing but the cable there. So you can just see in the image, and simple and less cost. It is very simple. You need to just put a single cable and all the systems are connected to it. The cost is also very less, but the major disadvantage is cannot function. One system cannot function if anywhere in the bus the cable breaks. Suppose there is a break near the laptop. So since every systems are interconnected, so if the bus breaks in near the laptop, so if the bus breaks near the laptop here, then all the systems won't be able to work. So this is the major disadvantage of bus topology. Now let us see what is ring topology. Computer is connected in the form of a ring. You can see the computers which are connected in the form of a ring here. Then data travel in the same direction. So suppose this is the first system and this is the fourth system. So it has to go from the second system and then to the third system. So each computer has the equal access to the resources. Here all the computers have equal access. So the major disadvantage here is failure of one computer in the ring disables entire network. Again the same thing. So failure of one computer in the ring. So if one system, suppose the fifth system is failed here, so you can't access the files from other systems also, because it has to travel from the first system. So this is the major disadvantage. So the ring disables, the entire network is broken. Next, let us see the star topology. So can you just see in the image, there is a hub. So this is the hub, this is a central hub, and all the computers are just connected to it, including a printer here. So this forms like a star. Correct? So all the computers are connected to the central computer. So the data passes through the central computer, and central computer control all the activities here. So the data passes from the central computer, and suppose this printer, suppose this system need to access this printer. So it has to come to the system and then to the printer. So it has to access for the request. Then this system controls all the activity of the printer, and if this system says okay, then he can access the printer here. So the failure of one system does not affect the other system. Why? Because this system should be this system should be this system should not fail, because the failure of this system, there is no worry, because network won't break, because some other systems are there, so you can just reconnect it. This system should not fail here. So disadvantage is highly dependence or functionality of the central hub. So this is the main hub, or what you call the main system. So it is highly dependent. So all the systems are dependent on this particular system. So this is the functionality of this system should be very nice. Otherwise, if this gets breakdown, then all others are entire network starts dysfunctioning. So this is the major disadvantage of the star topology. Next, mesh topology. You can see here each device connect to each other devices through the mesh. So this is very expensive. Normally in other things, other things. So here what has happened is all the systems are connected to each other. So normally partial mesh topology is implemented. We won't put full mesh. Sometimes there is some partial mesh topology is implemented. Due to very high expensive, this topology is not normally used. Only the partial mesh topology is used in the networking. Next comes the tree topology. So this is identical to bus topology. Use the branches contains nodes. So you can just see in the image, this is the backbone switch and all other trees are connected to it. So this is the backbone switch, all other trees are connected to it, and here to this switch has two systems, this switch has two systems, and this switch has two systems. So this entire thing looks like a tree with which is having some branches. So this is identical to bus topology. The branches contains the nodes, similar to a tree structure. So disadvantage is failure of the main cable will disrupt entire system. Obviously, if the main cable, suppose here the cable of this backbone switch which is connected to two computers fails. So obviously fails, then this won't work. So here disadvantage is failure of main cable disrupt the entire system. So let us see types of network. So according to the geographical area, it is classified into three types. So here you are going to learn about just three types, that is LAN, WAN and MAN. There are some other networks. So since this is the extra thing, so we're just going to brush up with the LAN. So LAN is nothing but a group of computers connected with each other in a small place, such as schools, colleges, offices, hospitals. So this is secured. So in our schools also the systems are connected through LAN. So speed of LAN due to small size is very high. Obviously there are no other systems, only these much systems are used, and obviously the speed of each machines will be very high. So now let us see about the MAN. MAN is nothing but metropolitan area of a network. You know, our Bangalore is a metropolitan city. So this metropolitan city will have one network, and all other like schools LAN, then hospitals, schools LAN, hospital LAN is connected to MAN, school is connected to MAN, factory, then college. So various LANs are connected through the telephone lines. So MAN covers larger area or a city or a town. So let us see now WAN. What is WAN? Wide area network. Provides long distance of transmission of data. Internet connection is the best example of WAN. So mobile broadband connections like 3G, 4G are also nice examples. So next let us see what is a host. So definition of a host is a computing device on the computer network. So we have seen, we'll tell host. What is a host? So let us see what is a server. So next, server is a program which serves the request of the other program. Hope you know what is server. So server is a program which requests the server of the other program. Suppose one system wants some file to be accessed. So it requests for that particular file, and the server gives that particular file. So responsibilities and roles of this host. So manages tasks, communication instructions, or delivers specific services to other computers or clients on a network. It is the destination of the message sent through the network. It includes computers, mobile phones, scanners and printers, also known as a computer, terminal or a node. So whatever these are the terms we are going to use in the networking. So what is the responsibilities of it, and what is the role, and what is the functions. So it also known as the computer, terminal or a node. So what we say a computer, you can also call it as a host, and what you say a terminal, it is also a host, and what you say it's a node, it is also a host. Next example, database server, file server, mail server and print server, web server. Hope you have all this database server. So there is a server which contains all the data. For example, your Google, so it has a server it has a server which contains all the database, and there is a file server which contains all the files, and mail servers, all the mails what you are sending contains in that particular server. Print server, so the printer, the main server will be a print server so that you can send the files and take the printout. Then web server, hope you know, internet server. So here just seeing the image, there is an internet and the internet and all the clients are connected with one server. Next is the network client server model. So there is one server, through network it is connected to the clients here. There are two things here. One is server connected to the network and two clients are here. So this is the internet server and clients are here. It can be a laptop, it can be a desktop, or it can be a mobile phone. Next, let us see some of the network architectures. There are two types of architecture, that is client-server architecture and peer-to-peer, pure peer-to-peer architecture. So let us see what is client-server architecture. So client sends requests to the central server. Here the client has to send some requests to the central server, and the server will checking on the file or anything, server will just say okay, you can just take this file. So small messages, single point of failure. So the server is the server is the major thing over here. So if any one client fails also, there will be, the network won't be any damaged. So here no central server. So all the systems are connected to each other. So clients connected to one or more peers. So this is large messages, need to send large messages, and here the damage of one can damage the other systems also in the networking. So let me put some questions here. So what is a computer network? Then give any two advantages of networking. Say a few words, you can speak 6 to 8 lines on the impact of communication satellites. So you know what is communication satellites. So you can just speak on that 6 to 8 lines. You can just make a video, you can just speak. So before starting the impact of communication satellites, you can just tell me what is a computer network. Then you can just give me two advantages of computer network, why we need to use computer network, and then you can start with the impact of communication satellites. So you can just make a video and you can just speak about the impact of communication satellites. Thank you, children.